Starz' Spartacus, House of Ashur gives us an alternate timeline where Ashur wasn't beheaded on Mount Vesuvius. Instead, he became a major player in bringing down Spartacus and his rebellious forces. Over 10 episodes, Season 1 shows us a world where Ashur finally has everything he's always wanted. But here's the thing. Getting something and keeping it, those are two very different challenges. By the end of the season, his ambition leads him down a pretty questionable road, and we see that familiar, dangerous side of him that throws him into even more trouble. Season 2 renewal status and release date. Now, Season 2 hasn't been officially renewed yet, and the Season 1 finale left us with a ton of unanswered questions. But given all the love and popularity the show has been getting, it's fair to say a renewal announcement probably isn't far off. Here's what's really interesting, though. Creator Stephen S. DeKnight has already written Season 2. He was ready for this. So if Spartacus House of Ashur gets greenlit for a second season, we're expecting it to premiere sometime in 2027. Ashur's character arc and breakdown. Let's talk about Ashur's journey. In the original Spartacus series, he was established as a truly despicable character with basically no redeeming qualities. Every move he made was in service of his own interests, and deception and manipulation were pretty much all he knew. But this spin-off gives him a chance to break out of that mold. In House of Ashur, he actually tries to do things the right way, especially now that he's got a ludus of his own. He tries to do things as the Romans do, but at every turn, he's reminded that he's an outsider. Because of his Syrian origins, he's underestimated and looked down on. He tries to swallow that disrespect to advance his cause, but there's only so much he can take. The shocking Season 1 finale. And then at the end of Season 1, he completely loses his mind. He attacks and kills Julius Caesar. This is a moment of pure impulse. He knows the consequences of killing someone like Caesar, but he does it anyway. Season 2 plot, covering up murder. Season 2 is going to focus on Ashur, trying to keep his actions a secret, while dealing with the aftermath of Caesar's death and what it means for Rome. The person he really needs to watch out for is Caesar's wife, Cornelia. She's going to want to get to the bottom of her husband's murder. But she's also in a tough spot without him. She might have to form a connection with another powerful Roman just to make sure she doesn't lose her position of power and influence. The Gladiators storylines. Another major focus of Season 2 will be the gladiators, especially the ones in Ashur's ludus. Korris, Achillia, and Tarchon are going to remain at the center of the story. This is particularly interesting because Achillia and Tarchon hooked up in the Season 1 finale. Their new dynamic is going to be explored in much greater depth, and Korris' journey, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, will also be a major focus. Romantic entanglements. Speaking of romantic entanglements, it'll be really interesting to see how things progress between Ashur and Viridia. And what does the arrival of her uncle Servius mean for her and her mother Casutia? There are a lot of bases to cover here, and Season 2 has its hands full with all the drama and violence it's primed for. Returning cast members. Now let's talk about who's coming back. Spartacus House of Ashur introduced a ton of new characters in Season 1, but a lot of them didn't survive by the end. So Season 2 will definitely bring fresh faces, some of whom are bound to play a significant role in deciding Ashur's future. It's still unclear what new characters Stephen DeKnight will throw at us, but clearly quite a few of them are going to be antagonistic toward Ashur. As for the regular cast, they'll all be back. Nikki Tarabay returns as Ashur, Graham McTavish as Korris, Tenika Davis as Achillia, and Jordy Weber as Tarchon. We'll also see the return of Claudia Black as Casutia, India Shaw Smith as Viridia, Jamaica Vaughn as Hilara, and Ivana Baquero as Messia. Jackson Gallagher's return. Now, Caesar's death means Jackson Gallagher might not be returning for the next season. However, he could have cameo appearances, either to give us a sense of Caesar's past or to appear as a ghost on Ashur's shoulder, nudging him toward his downfall. And while Caesar is no more, his wife Cornelia is still around, which means Jamie Slater will definitely be back. Potential new character Crassus. While no other confirmations have been made about new cast members, there's one character in particular who might show up in Season 2, Crassus. Throughout Season 1, Crassus's name gets thrown around a lot. Even though he doesn't appear in the season, he remains a vital force influencing the events of the story. A similar thing happened in the original Spartacus series. Crassus didn't appear until the final season, even though he was mentioned repeatedly in previous seasons. Caesar's death could be the thing that pushes Crassus to come to Capua and take stock of the situation, which could actually prove beneficial for Ashur. If that happens, Simon Merrills will be reprising his role from Spartacus, stirring the pot and thickening the plot even more. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.